Hi my beautiful souls, and welcome to my tarot channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem, and in today's pickcard reading we're going to be discussing today's topic is going to be a little bit different today. We're going to be talking more of about deeper subject, more of a sad topic, of some things that you may be going through right now, and we're going to try to cheer you up because you deserve to be happy. And here we're going to be talking about different ways to cheer you up and some things that you may or can reflect on. So yeah, today's reading is going to be a little bit different. I know not many people voted for this thumbnail, but I feel really called to do it today. So I really hope this reading can bring you guys some positive messages or different ways to cheer you guys up, because you deserve to be happy. And today's reading is also just called to me because I feel like I'm in a state of really just shedding my skin, really shedding negativity. And during that time, I spent a lot of time reflecting on things. It's like when you're shedding, you're faced with your shadows. And once you overcome this tower moment, it's like you're born again into this new beautiful butterfly. So right now, we're really at the bare minimum. I don't even have my nails done. Everything's raw. Everything's natural. And some may critique it to be it's not perfect, but honestly, the reason why I didn't really prepare well for this reading is to show you guys that even videos like this where it's not well prepared and it's kind of my nails aren't on, I don't have any rings on, it's kind of there's beauty within flaws. You know what I mean? This could still be a wonderful, amazing reading. And it may even show you guys even more now that I'm not perfect, and I'm still worthy of love, and my videos are still beautiful in their own ways, and just like you. So I hope this helps, and I hope you could find something out of this reading. I'm really excited to actually jump into these readings, and we're gonna deep dive into what may be bothering you or what is upsetting you. And how can we reflect on our own perspective on it, and also just improve, and different things that I could say to cheer you guys up. Okay, so let's hop into the pile selection. So for pile 1, we have an image of a girl. She looks like she's crying. She looks like she may have blood on her face. All these images, they have blood on their face. The girl in the first image, though, she has darker skin. She has a really long dangly earring. She also has another earring on her ear. It looks like she has her hair up, her makeup done, and she just looks really just disappointed or upset, or just she is so done. She's really just done, over it. It's she can't take anymore. She's wearing really dark clothing. It looks cold outside. It looks cold behind her. She has really dark lips, and she has dark eyes. Also, I want to remind you guys, I'm not a therapist. I know we're going to be talking about things that are more on the darker side, but I want to reinforce, I have my own therapist. I actually go to therapy, and my wonderful therapist, Nadra, she's literally amazing, and I want to encourage you guys, when you're feeling down, sometimes it's always great to consider going to therapy as well and talking to somebody and talking through this, because listen, I'm not a professional, and there's only so much that I could help you with, but a therapist that you can talk to exactly about what is bothering you can do so much more in helping you grow. So I just want to remind you guys that, there's nothing wrong with seeking therapy, because a lot of the time it really does help. If I didn't go to therapy, I would be a whole nother person, to be honest. I wouldn't be here making these videos if I didn't go to therapy, because I'd be stuck in my own mindset. So, but anyways, let's get into pile 2. So wait, for pile 1, we have this image, which is the empty room. So you could definitely be feeling empty, pile 1. If that resonates with you, please pick pile 1. Now for pile 2, we have this girl with blonde hair. She has bangs. Her eyes are vibrant red. She looks like she was bleeding from her mouth, her eyes. It looks like she's beat up. And my readings were never going to be channeling physical abuse, by the way. That's never going to be coming out of my mouth. We're never going to be talking about that, just because, it's not we're not trying to get like that deep. That's more of something again to seek therapy with. I'm it just looks like she's like when we talk about like fighting, we're talking about like fighting with ourselves mentally. So FYI. Um so yeah, she looks like just very like tired and like she's been going through a lot. Um and I think she's wearing like a shirt that has like a zipper on it. She's got like there could be something about like her hair's like a bit uneven. It looks like the ends of her hair are a little bit uneven. So that could be something. And her pupils of her eyes are like really small, and she looks like she's like looking up, like she's about to like jump on her prey. So, and your Jesus Christ, your card is the mentor, and it's the owl, and there's like a little like space galaxy like planet behind the owl. So if that resonates with you, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we got the Gnosis. I think I'm saying that right. It's like a little shape in the center with, I don't know what around it, with a rainbow and a bird. And your image is of this girl who looks like she has like a wolf cut, or she just looks like she has like really swoopy, like wavy hair. She also looks like she was bleeding or like in some sort of fight. And again, like when we say fights, it's a mental fight. Like she's fighting with herself mentally, or that she's going through something mentally. You can't really see the pupils of her eyes. It looks like she's really looking like up, like she's angling her face really down, looking up. She looks like she's wearing like a turtleneck, and she's got like little tiny like curly hairs in front of her face. It's like swooping. It looks very like it's like naturally messy, but it's naturally like beautiful. She looks really beautiful. All these girls are really beautiful. Even when they're like, it's giving like a really natural look, like not really taking care of themselves, like just really just like in survival mode. So if that resonates with you, I don't know what this card is yet, so we'll get into that. But yeah, if that resonates with you, please pick pile 3. Okay, pile 1. So we have a bunch of decks here today. We have this deck, this deck. This is Wild Unknown archetypes. This is Wild Unknown Oracle cards. We have the Citadel Oracle. We have this tiny little Rider-Waite deck that I'm going to be using for my tarot. And then I also have some therapy books that I've been reading that we're going to like pull a page out of, and we're going to shuffle some of these cards and see what it says. So I think that should be fun. All right, so what do we get from these cards? So first we're going to talk about what could be bothering you, like what's the situation, what's the dilemma, what is the sadness? And then we're going to be talking about what's the positive outlook that we could look on with this, how can we change your mindset, and what can I do and what could I say to cheer you up? But we're going to be trying to do that the entire reading. But we're just going to, what is the problem? What is the issue? What can we do? What is causing this sadness? Okay, we're going to pull one card. That's funny. Okay, we got the prayer. Interesting. You know, let's pull... I'm kind of feeling like let's pull 3. We have the village. Oh, I didn't even... Okay, well, we have 4 cards because they wanted to give us 4 cards. By the way, guys, I do sell personal readings. I know I should have said this already, but I do sell personal readings. Today is going to be the lowest price. I have a discount code that is thank you, THANKU, all in caps, for my Black Friday deal and Cyber Monday. That is the lowest. It's going to be $26 for a personal reading if you guys are still interested. It's going to end by the following day, and I'm going to be raising my prices because I'm growing and I'm going to be growing more. So just FYI, if you guys want to take this opportunity, check it out. Okay, so we got these 4 cards. We got the offering, the bridge, the prayer, and the village. I'm going to pull all the cards right now, and then I'm going to look into them because I really want to make sure I know each card. These decks I'm still working on getting familiar with, so I gotta like read the book, but I will do that off camera, so don't waste your time. Okay? Also, I want to let you guys know, a lot of the time in my readings, I just regurgitate a lot of my therapy things that I learn through my own like healing journey from what I see. And I just want to let you guys know, again, I'm not a therapist. This is in order to get a better, like, instead of getting it through a second person, it's better to just get it yourself from a therapist that knows your dilemma and what it is you're dealing with. So don't ever shy away from seeking help and, you know, checking out a therapist, because I have my own and she's amazing. Just FYI. Love you guys. Okay, let's get into what card we get for you. Giraffes could be significant in some way because there was a giraffe on my TV. There was like 2 giraffes like kissing. It could be something about like someone who's tall. You don't have to be though. That could just be for like a specific person. Okay, we got a deer, and we got the octopus. Okay, there could be something about a mother figure because I think the deer represents mother figure, and the fox represents father. That's really funny. That's kind of funny. All right. Now, let's get these Citadel cards. We're gonna put 2 on the sides. Okay, give me 2 cards, please. Give me 2 cards, please. We got the sailor, travel, and we got the musician. All right, let me go do a little look-see at these cards. Okay, do I have a reading for you? Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off by saying is there's a lot of messages here, so please take what resonates. I think there's an overall message for the majority, which is you know what is best for you. You know it. You already know it deep within you, what it is that is best for you. And move towards it. I think some of you can be having... Okay, so some of you could be having conflict with your mother, because this is the mother card here. I thought this was the father card, but it actually isn't. It could be a partner as well. Some of you could be having conflict with your partner, maybe mothering your partner, This could be a relationship situation where there's a lot of codependency going on, where you're constantly like nurturing your partner and trying to like control and like just be on top of them and what it is they do. We'll talk more about that in a sec. But if that resonates with you, stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. This could also be a situation where maybe you're mothering your mother, feeling really codependent, feeling like you need to help them with their issues, help them, guide them in everything that they do. Because we have the fox here. This is like basically the person that is a teacher. So it's like you're trying to teach somebody. This could be you, or this could be maybe someone you're dealing with who could be very codependent, and someone who's constantly controlling you and trying to teach you, and not giving you the space to learn for themselves. There's an absence of space and like a space to allow whoever it is to be themselves and to prosper as themselves and to learn for themselves, or just be themselves. It's like this constant, like, it's like we're attached at the hip. You know what I mean? Like, I can't let you do anything unless it's up to my standard, because my ego is so fragile. And it makes me uncomfortable when, let's say, the dishes are in the sink, or when the house is not spotless, or when the blanket is 2.6 centimeters a little bit off to the side. Like, it's just ridiculous needs and wants and OCD level of restrictions and expectations that are just not realistic to meet, you know? We got to give people the space to be themselves. Just because it makes me comfortable doesn't mean it makes them comfortable. You know, it's an equal, balanced relationship. Something that my therapist has taught me that was a really great sentence is when you help somebody with their problems, you take away the ability to learn for themselves. So let's say somebody that you know, like let's say this deer is your mother, right? And she's feeling so overwhelmed with like all these other things. And it's like she just comes to you to dump all her problems onto you. And instead of like solving it herself, she expects you to do it, or you go out of your way to help her with it because it's a codependent relationship. So you go out of your way to help her, and you remove her ability to solve this problem herself. So not only did she not learn so that she could do it herself in the future, but now it's became your problem, you know? And you already have enough on your plate. You already have a lot to deal with yourself. But sometimes it's better to just let people figure things out on their own, you know? Allow nature to feed them the consequences of their own actions. You know what I mean? Like, for example, something that I learned in my this inner relationship, when we come from a family of perfectionism, we are constantly berated left and right of things that didn't even happen. Like, for example, when we're riding our bike and let's say we are looking like we're about to fall over a bit, and our parent just screams and yells at us like, oh my God, you're going to fall, you're going to injure yourself. And then you're afraid for the rest of your life to ride a bike. And then you teach that to your child. Like, you didn't even let the kid learn from their own mistakes. You didn't allow nature to serve the consequence. Like, their consequence could have been when they finally fell off the bike. And then they're like, oh, and you're like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. You know, now you know not to lean over a little bit. Like, sometimes we just have to let nature serve the consequences. We don't need to constantly criticize and berate and, you know, enforce fear of things that haven't even happened. You know, it's just illusions. Like, what if the kid didn't even fall off the bike? You know what I mean? Like, what if that never even were to happen? But it's just your fear that you're, projecting. But anyways, back to what I was saying. There is like a message here for some, like, I think for a majority of you, this could be a family situation or a relationship situation. And there's something about like having the decision between either cutting ties and like walking away, or learning to set healthy boundaries with people. A big message about setting boundaries. This could be your family, because the village is the family card. And this is about like walking away from your family and like sailing in your own ship to. It's giving me like the Six of Swords, like walking away in the boat and like sailing to calmer waters. You could have felt like maybe you didn't belong. For some of you, this could be like maybe you felt like you didn't belong in your family, or that your family had like restrictions or limitations that held you back in life. And some of you want to prosper a lot. Maybe you guys have really big dreams of creating, being a creator, and maybe even a musician for some of you. Like maybe making music, singing, or it doesn't even have to be a musician. This could be creating. It could be creating artwork, social media, like just some sort of like outlandish, not actually, like you have a dream, and it's reasonable. But maybe the people that you surround yourself with are just not your people anymore. They've held you back for too long, and it's time to be selfish and take the reins of your sailboat and sail towards your dream. No matter who doubts you, no matter whose opinions are trying to hold you back, I think you've realized that this is your time for some of you, to walk away from this community, which is no longer serving you. For others of you, in a way, if you're still like set on leaving, right? I think the biggest thing is some of you may be confused on whether or not to keep these people in your life, or keep this person, or somebody, whoever it is. It could be mother, father, it could be family, it could be a group of people, it could be your partner. Whoever it is, you are trying to decide whether or not to keep this person in your life or whether or not to walk away. Some of you may be even at the whole other spectrum of just burning a bridge with this person. And I think you already know that that's deep down, that is not something you want to do, because the bridge here talks about, it said something around the lines of, let me read it. It says the link, the connection, the gate. It says acceptance, magic, communication, and then it says lacking boundaries, forcing a connection. And when I see this card, it makes me think of like the bridge between two people. It's the connection between two people, the ties you have with two people. And for some of you, you could feel like you're sacrificing yourself with this card. It kept talking about like sacrificing themselves, or constantly like looking towards them for guidance, but not ever getting the guidance that you actually need. It's like these cards are saying nobody else can provide you the guidance that you need except yourself, because you know what is best for you. A big message is like you are your own teacher. Ask your inner child, the calm, collective, compassionate, loved one, the lover that you have deep down within you, that loves everybody and wants to love everybody. Ask them what their guidance is. And usually your answer would be, I could love them from a distance. You know what I mean? Like, this could be, not only could it be like you walking away and sailing to calmer waters, but it could be also a message saying, you know that you can accept and love these people for who they are and still, offer to yourself a better place for yourself. Like, stop sacrificing yourself for people who don't even appreciate it. Or don't negate and make yourself small for people who are just holding you back in life. There's a lot of messages about lacking boundaries and lacking boundaries when it comes to communication too. So there could be like, for some of you, depending on what it is that you think is best for you, it could be you're walking away, and you're like, I love you from a distance, and I respect you, I accept you for who you are. I'm done trying to fix you. I accept you. I'm done trying to stay stuck in this codependent. I need to help you in every way possible. And I'm just completely negating my own feelings, my own wants, my own, dreams to help you. And letting that go, seeing the reality of who it is that they are, which is somebody who may never change and will always be, this draining force that you just need to remove out of your life. That you could be like, you know what, I love you from a distance, but it's my time to shine. It is my time to flourish. It's my time to seek out a new world, to put myself in this new world of opportunities that I held myself back for so long because of. That could be for some of you. I think that's the majority of the message. And then for the rest of you, I think this could be that you are trying to maintain and set better boundaries with somebody by communicating, how you feel and communicating what it is you're looking for. And if you're willing to have a connection with me, this is my lines. These are my lines that I draw. My bubble. And you cannot pass them. And some of you may maintain and try to maintain this connection between whoever this is. But it's more of this is a turn of prioritizing yourself. Like for some of you, this could be like if you're in a relationship or with your family or whoever, it's up to you to decide, right? It's you know what's best for you. But for some of you, it's like you want to make this work. You want to keep this connection. And what you are shedding is the codependency and prioritizing other people first. Some of you are going to set healthier boundaries, communicate how it is you feel, and prioritize yourself while being able to be in this connection. No matter how it is they feel or how it is they react. You're still able to have this person in your life, but what is being shedded instead is the codependency of it all. Trying to fix, control, change, or help people with their problems when you're not able to help yourself with your own problems. It's kind of you got to fill your cup up first. So that could be something. I want to read to you. Also, by the way, while I was reading these cards, I put other cards to hold my place in all these sections. Someone could be also, let me just give you pinpoint things that may resonate. This card said about being concerned and protective. So it's really giving me mothering, codependency vibes. The fox said the great teacher, the person that teaches others, and really wise. So this could be someone that you know that's helping you. This could be you. I think it's mainly you because it said another thing inside these cards that you know what's best for you. You're looking for guidance, and it's some of you may be really dependent on religion. There could be some sort of religious trauma that it's kind of somebody can't, there could be someone in this reading, whether it's you, your partner, your mother, your father, your family, that could be religious. And they're kind of waiting for like God to help them instead of like taking action towards it. And it like feeds into this codependency on like why you feel like you may need to help this person, or that could be how somebody else feels about you. So take it how it resonates. But I think the prayer is like a reminder for you, if you are somebody who's religious, and you're kind of like hoping that, you know, somebody else will save you from this. I think this is a reminder that the guidance that it is you need is, you know what's best for you. And the whole point of therapy is by learning through your traumas, right? Rewiring your brain to trust yourself and your abilities to see through traumas, and trusting your inner judgment, your inner intuition, because you know what's best for you. And it's our traumas and our, you know, dark colored glasses, right? Our rose dark colored glasses that make us believe that we can't trust ourselves or that we need somebody else to save us. That could be a message for some of you. You are the one who saves yourself. You are the only one who can save yourself. And I think you realize that. And I think that's something that you're like, I'm done sacrificing and offering myself and, you know, hiding away this beautiful gift I have. And let me show you. So let me show you what I got. So I put cards inside, right? It says the golden egg and the prayer. And the golden egg talks about your heart and your inner child. Basically, your inner child that knows what is best for you deep down. You know, the compassionate part of you, the inner child, the sweet, compassionate, tender child that's inside of you and inside of all of us, knows deep down what's best for us. And we still love people, you know, like you could love these people from a distance, but it's like, you know, I still love them, but I know I need to do what is best for me at the end of the day. And it's like, with the prayer, it talks about asking for guidance, offering service, and expecting results or like, this makes me believe that it's like someone is expecting somebody to change and just making themselves angry for no reason, you know, because it's like, you can't expect somebody to just stand up one day and change their whole mindset or start acting differently. It's who they are, you know. Sometimes we just have to see it for that and let go and walk away. And I think the golden egg is you. It's literally like, you are the prayer that you need, which is, you know what's best for you. You need to ask yourself for help. With the other card here that we have, by the way, which is literally the next page, and I've had this deck for so long, I shuffle this dang bitch all the time. So that was not because it was like not shuffled. It was because it was meant to be. We have the offering, which is literally the next page. And we have the oyster, which talks about clamming up something. And it says the gift, the present, the sacrifice. You've been sacrificing your gift. It says open up, express yourself, open the clam up. What is this gift? You know, what is this beautiful gift you have that you've been hiding away from and you've been holding in or not sharing with people, or just not showing off into the world, that you've been hiding away? Like, don't hide away this gift. Put that shit out there. Show it to the world. It's time to be selfish. It's time to be selfish. You know why? Because you are going to prosper and grow. This card This card, I'll talk more about it in a sec. But it's just crazy how this popped up. It's like you're the oyster, you're climbing, you're hiding yourself, your true self, your true essence, your true inner child. You're hiding it away. This beautiful gift you have, in order to, and you're distracted by serving something else that is just holding you back. And for some of you, it could be, it could be your tribe, it could be your hometown, it could be your family. That is, look at this Phoenix card. This is you. Everything is trying to fall out of my lap. Everything is falling. You could definitely be facing a tower moment right now. And it's funny that we got the empty room too, because it's like, I'm gonna just say it because I know some people may get upset, but I'm gonna not hold myself back. I'm just gonna say what I have to say. And everything I say, I never intend to try to upset you guys. I'm always trying to encourage, love you guys, and show you that you deserve everything in the world, and that you're good enough. But I want to say that some of you guys are miserable, genuinely, and it's because you are doing things that don't make you happy in life. You're not doing your purpose, what you were born on this planet to be, and it could be because you're doing something that somebody else wants you to do. That could resonate for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, But with this Phoenix here, this is you. This is the light inside of you. You are shedding your skin, and you're gonna be reborn into this, oh my goodness, beautiful Phoenix. I think with this, it says the village presents with us with a conundrum. One hand, it's a place where we feel most like home, as nostalgia, comforting, drawing us back. On the other hand, it's a very place you might leave in. It's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village is an unspoken boundary that exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support you leaving, still you hear whisperings of doubt on your venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. Look at this card, sailing away. Though some support you, the energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never, quench our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return, but for now, the world awaits. The world awaits you. So what I got from this is, by the way, you may not even be living with your family. Some of you may not even be living with your family. But the truth comes out. Look, the black egg literally just fell out of this deck. It's almost like everything is falling apart. Your views, your beliefs could be just falling apart from the seams. I think there could be something about, like, even when you're not with them, they're still with you in your thoughts because they gave you those thoughts, right? Those limiting beliefs, those ideologies, those foundational beliefs, those traditional beliefs, all those things that you maybe start to realize were all just holding you back in life. And they're all just falling from the seams. Your reality is like falling from the seams of like what it was that you thought. And you realize now, seeing it from a new perspective, that it was just holding you back. And I think a beautiful thing about this card is, what I really like is it says you could literally be leaving your family as well, or you could also be still living in that home or village or around these people, but in your own world mentally. And you're trying to say bon voyage, goodbye. So you could be working up towards that. And I'm going to talk to you in a sec for the group of people that are in that dilemma. But for the people who are not there present, but in the minds, like you're having thoughts from your family, you could be shedding that right now. You're shedding limiting beliefs. You're shedding beliefs that do not serve you anymore. You are prospering in this new phoenix of unlimitless or limitless potential, being free, being open and seeing the world from a new, fresh set of eyes and seeing the world as the beauty that it is, instead of seeing it as the world is cruel, the world is hard. The world isn't hard, but people made you believe it to be because of their unresolved trauma. And the world isn't out to get you. The world loves you. The universe is always trying to support you and make you grow and prosper. When you believe that the world is good, you manifest a good world. When you believe the world is out to get you, you subconsciously attract those things. And let me just share with you that. My mother, okay, I know people don't like when tarot card readings or people get personal, but I'm going to get personal real quick. My mother is somebody who thinks the world is hard, thinks the world is out to get her, thinks very negatively about life. And what she doesn't realize is her mind subconsciously reinforces those beliefs because she is so set and stubborn on those beliefs that she doesn't realize that not only does she subconsciously attract those types of people and that type of life where things are hard, but she is only going to accept that evidence to prove her belief to be true. So for example, if somebody, let's say there's two people that come up to her, somebody tells her that she's horrible and nasty and just like, mistreats her. And then there's another really nice person that, treats her really kind and bags her, puts her stuff in the bag or whatever. And she leaves. She's not even going to acknowledge the nice guy. She's only going to focus on the negative guy and be like, wow, the world is so cruel. But like, did you not even notice that there was somebody out there that was actually really nice to you? You didn't even take that in. Because we're so distorted. Our reality is so distorted from our cognitive distortion. We're letting our traumas rule our world. Okay, so that could be for some of you, is like you're shedding old beliefs and patterns that maybe you've gotten from a tribe, your family, your lovers, whoever it is that just is not, their beliefs are just not serving you anymore, okay? And you're finding the truth. The black egg is about the truth being revealed and communicating boundaries and communicating the truth. So you could be starting to communicate your perspective and how it is you believe and what you believe and setting boundaries with these people. And for the rest of you who are still currently in this environment of being around these people and you see this as an opportunity that you can still manage to have in your life, while being able to just set healthier boundaries. Like seriously, we need to set healthier boundaries because that's a big message. Like you could be definitely feeling very drained after being around these people. And I think that's a big message, is like we have to set better boundaries. And like even if you set better boundaries and they still don't, respect you, you deserve better because you deserve to be happy too. I think a message though, for anybody who is still living in a household like this, right? You could be really learning how to just deal with the moment you have, right? And being like, how can I still, this is the circumstances I've been given, is I don't have a way to get out of here. I don't have a way to, like, even for some of you, even when you escape, you still haven't left because it's still lingering. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, you guys are shedding that. You guys are letting go of this and you're starting to prosper, like, into this phoenix. But for the people who are still living in this household, it's like you are still doing that rebirth, but you're doing it in your own mind and in your own room. And, like, you're trying to develop a way of still communicating your boundaries while letting go the things they say to you, the things, like, for example, if you still live with your, like, let's say it's your mother and she is very negative to be around, she's very draining to be around, she crosses your boundaries a lot, and you're just trying to, like, save up enough money so that you could go live on your own, or, you know, sail your ship, right? So you're still working on your talents, you're still working on ways to provide for yourself so that you can then at some point move on. But I think you are accepting them for who they are, and letting things go more easily now because you understand that whatever they say to you is they're just projecting. You know, relationships are a mirror, and everything that they say to you is how they feel about themselves. So if they say things of criticism, it's because that's how they feel about themselves. If you're, like, not taking things personally, you're kind of just like, yeah, you know, I heard it a million times. Yeah, I understand. You know, you're kind of like adulting yourself. You've, like, became your own adult, and you don't really take what they say with a grain of salt. And you're really trying to work on, like, not allowing what they say to take it internally or let it trigger you, because their opinion of you doesn't matter. These people's, you know whose opinion matters? Your opinion of yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you think you're a great person? Well, guess what? I know you're a great person. You are a great person and you deserve everything. You deserve everything that you've ever wanted. I know, listen, I know that you're a great person. And you're not taking it personally. You're kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'm focusing in on what it is I need to get done. And I could still manage to be in this house and live with you, you know? And I know I accept you for who it is you are. We're different. We handle things different. But I'm not going to let you get to me. And I'm going to focus on my career and what makes me happy. Because I'm a human being and I'm allowed to be happy. I think that's really what I'm getting with all of this. It's interesting how we got the golden egg and the black egg. I think you gotta say your truth. Say your piece. And obviously, like, I think you're really coming from a place of forgiveness. Like, I think it's really about, like, seeing them for who it is that they are by understanding where it is they come from. Understanding why they are the way that they are and being like, you know what? I understand you. I love you. I forgive you. But I'm going to still set boundaries, even if it makes you uncomfortable, to prioritize myself and be a little bit more selfish. And specifically when it comes to maybe when people come to you about their problems or trying to mother you, or you trying to mother them, like with their own issues. There could be something about that, having boundaries with that. And you're keeping your peace, but like not in a way of peace of negating your own needs, but you're like coming to them as a way, like from a place of love and being like, hey, you know, I love you, but when you say things like this, it makes me feel this way. I would really appreciate you if you could just not say it this way, or not criticize and berate me, or, you know, yada yada, X, Y, and Z. And like say it as many times you need till they understand. And if they don't ever understand, you know, like that's why we walk away. That's why we walk away, you know? Okay, let's see what we get with tarot. I'm gonna pull... This reading got a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we're gonna pull some tarot. I'm gonna do the other readings, maybe a little bit less of these cards and a little bit more tarot. So if you want to check those out, stay tuned. But let's see. See what they get. We got the High Priestess. Wow. Okay. Some of you may be a Taurus. There could be definitely a Taurus energy. A lot of earth sign coming out. Specifically Taurus. And the Hierophant is kind of somebody who like is very wise and can be a religious teacher. There could be something about teaching and guiding religious aspects. Or mindsets, or something about like just leading. We got Page of Wands. So this could be a sense of travel. You could be definitely traveling soon. Or just like traveling, having a bridge between you and somebody else. Self-love. There needs to be some self-love here. The Page of Wands is talking about a new beginning of passion, fiery action towards your passions. It could also be a new relationship. It could also be a new relationship with yourself. It could also be new inspiration, new curiosity to life, and a new burning fire inside of you. A new light in your eyes. It's so funny. Oh my God. Another thing that it said is like with this image, right? That you have, pile one, is it in your image, it looks like the light out of your eyes has been gone for so long. And now it's like finally the light has shined back in your eyes. The light inside of you has been shining so brightly now, and it's almost like you are starting to shine. You are starting to you're shining very bright. The light has came back into your eyes. You once were an empty room, and now you're filled with fiery action and happiness. This inner child has came back. This inner sense of hope and excitement and love for yourself. You could be feeling stuck. We do have the Ten of Swords. Oh, and nostalgia. This is the family card in reverse. Ooh, okay. Give me a clarifier for the High Priestess. Interesting. We got the Knight of Swords and King of Pentacles. Give me another clarifier for the nostalgia card. The Five of Cups. No, Six of Cups. What the fuck? There's a lot of people here. You could be having beef with a lot of people. You could be having issues with a lot of people here. So definitely some of you this could be a group of people. It could be a friendship, a group of friends that maybe you are outgrowing. And you could be someone who's really healing. You could be this High Priestess right here. Somebody who's really in tune with healing and growing. And there could be people that are kind of just like, stuck in their ways. Maybe a friendship that from like high school or like somebody that you grew up with that's just not changing or growing. They're kind of like holding you back in life. Some of you, maybe it could be a father figure. Some of you, in another case, this could be different aspects of you. So with the Page of Wands, it's like, yeah, you're moving to new beginnings. This is this bridge. You're reconnecting with yourself again. You're reconnecting with your inner child again. You are finding the light back in your eyes. You could be feeling a little bit stuck right now, and this is the point of where you're shedding all of this, right? This is you. This could be you right now. And you're shedding this, and it's like by shedding, it's like the light. You know, have you ever like imagine and envision this? It's like there's a black like barrier all over your body, and it's like kind of like very brittle, and it's very like uncomfortable. And while you move around, it's like slowly breaking off your body, and then there's just light poking out of it, and you're just being ascended to like a higher power, right? Which is your mind. The higher power is your spiritual awakening. And you are healing a lot. The Knight of Swords is somebody who takes action, communicates, sets boundaries, and could be a little bit blunt. This could also be this could represent someone you have conflict with, right? The King of Pentacles, it could be an earth sign that maybe you have conflict with. This could also be maybe a boss or a business, a workplace that maybe you are feeling stuck in, that you're going to communicate how it is you feel so that you guys can continue and work together, or it's like you're quitting. This could also be representing you and you prospering with your own abundance. You're putting more time and care into yourself, into your own career, into your own well-being, taking better care of yourself. Maybe even prioritizing, maybe even starting a new business or starting your own business. Maybe even starting your own brand. You're like, I had enough. I had enough. Enough is enough. I might be autistic. And then over here with the nostalgia card, this card is so interesting. This is the inner child card. Let me look it up real quick. I'm pretty sure I know the meaning of this card, but sometimes when it's in reverse, it means something a little bit different. Okay, so in reverse, it says living in the past, forgiveness, lack of playfulness. You could be really lacking a sense of fun in your life. And I think when you start to develop into this new sense of stepping into this new sense of passion, light, and in this beautiful step into your new life, Paiwan, I'm so excited for you. This is such a good card. I'm so excited for you. When you step into this beautiful light, you're going to have this new sense of playfulness. You're going to let go of the past, forgive the past, let it go. Like, it's time to move on, Accept that it happened, feel your feelings. You are valid for all the pain. You are valid for all your feelings. You did not deserve that, and give yourself the time to mourn. It's okay. This is a good card. Sometimes we just gotta feel it. Sometimes we just have to face it and feel our feelings. And I think you're starting to find the sense of inner child again, healing this inner child. Maybe you had to grow up very quickly. Maybe you didn't even have a chance to really have a childhood. And you're bringing that light back into your eyes, you know? You're bringing this inner child back. The sense of love and light. And another thing, let me just reiterate. Why live a life that is not fun? Why live a life that does not include a childlike sense of fun? Why? Like, I don't want to look back. I don't want to be 70 years old and look back at my life and be like, damn, I held myself back so long doing something I fucking hated because I believed I needed to. I was so busy being someone else. I spent my whole life being someone else and prioritizing everybody else besides myself. Why the fuck do I want to impress people I don't even like? That could resonate for some of you. Okay, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is just basically like the page is wands, but moving very quickly. You have a lot of energy that's moving very quickly towards you. You are a fast-moving bitch. But like, if you are an earth sign, you're not typically a fast-moving person. Some of you, the energy that's coming to you now could be maybe something that's out of your control is moving very quick to you. And that could be what it is you're feeling. But for the rest of you, maybe with this decision, you're acting very quickly with. Maybe some of you could say maybe being a little bit impulsive. But for the rest of you, it's because you know it in your heart and you know what's best for you. So it's like you can move very quickly towards this because you are very, you know it already, you know? So you could be taking a leadership role. This challenge could be asking for a lot of determination from you. You could be having a lot of energy, a lot of adventure coming towards your life. You could be completing a cycle. And it may be feeling a little bit unpredictable, but you know what? The best thing that I could say to you, an image that I love, and I think I'm gonna post on my in my community section, I'm gonna post an image that is gonna be of a game called Silent Hill, and it's like basically the guy in Silent Hill, he's running in the fog, and then on the top of it, it says a description of this is before you hit something great, your ego, you face your shadows. Your ego throws shadows in. It's your ego's last ditch effort to distract you, to hold you back before you really like hit something great. Don't give up. I know it's scary. You may be going through like, a bit of a fog right now, not really sure of the future. Don't let anxiety, control you. Take it day by day. You got it. But know that when it's confusing, when you can't really see where you're going, that's how you know you are going down your path. You're not following somebody else's path that has already been engraved and you could see the end. You don't know where the end is because it is your path. It is being engraved currently for you and nobody else. So if you are confused, if you are feeling lost, that's how you know you are going down the right path. Okay, that is all I have to say for you, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing. Let me know how I did in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. And let me remind you, I think I might end all my readings like this. You are wonderful. You are safe. You are protected. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are handsome if you're a man. You are extravagant. You are amazing. You are admired. You are so wonderful. You are such a sweetheart. And you deserve the world. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 2s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on feeling upset. Let me cheer you up. So the first section of this, we're going to be talking about what may be upsetting you, what is the problem, what is the blockage, what is something that could be making you feel upset. And we're going to be cheering you up because guess what? You deserve to be happy. So before we hop into that, if you guys want to take advantage of my limited time sale, Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale for my personal readings, this is the lowest price my readings will ever be because I'm raising the price right after this because I'm growing as a content creator and I want to be able to, you know, financially provide for myself and live on my own. If you want to take advantage of it, definitely check it out. The discount code for Cyber Monday is thank you, THANKU for 20% off any reading. Okay, thank you so much. Let's hop into your reading. So we have the King of Cups. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. We have the Hangman. This says waiting. Instead of leaving just yet, we're waiting. The King of Cups represents a person. This could be a lover, emotional lover. It could be a father figure that is a water sign. It doesn't have to be a male. It could also be a woman who is a water sign, but could be more in like the masculine energy. We have, we have 9 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Sun card. I don't know whether to take that upright. It's kind of like crossed. So you know what? I'm going to take that crossed. It's interesting that they're opposites. Okay, I don't want to take too many cards because sometimes it becomes a little bit overwhelming for me. Let's get a clarifier for the King of Cups. Teamwork. Or working on your own. Wanting to work on your own. Or figure things out on your own. We have the Knight of Pentacles. To clarify the... Ooh, wait. I want to do what so I got a tarot card reading done from this girl, and by the way, she was horrible. She was literally horrible. And by the way, I paid $66 fucking for dead ass a minute reading. It was crazy. But anyways, a minute. You know how long I do my fucking personal readings for? An hour. How the fuck? But anyways. She did pull out the cards pretty interestingly, and I may want to try it. So basically, it's like she cut the deck, and then she pulled out, flipped over the cards, and then put whatever was on top of them, which was pretty cool. So maybe I'll do that. But, so the Hangman, give me a clarifier for the Hangman. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Cups. Give me a clarifier. Yo, we got a lot here. Okay, listen. This is too much, okay? Wait, is it the Hierophant or the High Priestess that is Taurus? Fuck. I might have fucked up last reading. Shit. Okay, well, there still could have been someone who's a Taurus. We got the... Is it 10 of Wands? No, this is like the 9 of Wands, I think, or 8. 9. This is 9 of Wands. We got 10 of Cups. We got 4 of Wands in reverse. And we got Page of Cups. Okay, all these cards are kind of We got Gemini. We got the Lovers. I don't know. It's kind of like also at half mass. So I'm gonna take it sideways. Okay. All right, let me read into these cards before I start saying anything. Okay, so there is a lot of messages, and I feel like this is always the problem I have when I pull too many cards. But I think as we pull more cards, the messages will get more clear. But so we have the King of Cups and the Three of Pentacles in reverse to have a specific message here. So there could be someone who is emotionally intelligent, or somebody here who is a support system, loving partner, loving person that you can depend on for support. But it's almost like you aren't depending on them and you're kind of just working at it alone. And it could be a lover. It could definitely be a lover because we keep talking about love. So this could definitely be a love relationship, a love connection that we're talking about. So you could be kind of like trying to put on a face of perfection around them, like you don't have issues, where you're masking your emotions to, like, you're working on your emotions by yourself. You're kind of like withdrawing instead of like coming to them to talk about and reflect on what it is you're dealing with. It's kind of like, I need to figure this out on my own. Or I can't rely on anybody but myself. It's giving, it's really giving like an avoidant person or someone who's hyper independent. If you ever read this book, you'll know what I mean about hyper independence. It's somebody who really just like feels like at a young age they couldn't really depend on anyone else besides themselves. So they kind of just like they became an adult very quickly at a young age and then always depended on themselves to solve their problems and not depend on anybody else, because it was kind of like that's when they felt the most safe, the most comfortable, the most in control. But what they don't realize is being very hyper independent in relationships comes with a lot of difficulties, because relationships are a two-way street. Relationships are takes two to tango, and there's nothing wrong with depending and asking for help from others. So I think that could be, for some of you, that could be a trauma that maybe you are currently trying to resolve or work through, or some of you may not even be aware of it just yet. So I want to talk to you. Actually, let's talk about it a little bit. So I just read this chapter called The Wound of Overwhelm. And the defense mechanism, overcompensating, says refuse to ask for help, saying yes when they don't have the capacity to do things. Like when, for example, when they put too much on their plate. Denial of limits, like they feel like they have no limitations or that they're not human, that they could take on the world, and then they realize that they set the bar too high and then it becomes very overwhelming to achieve. Self-sacrificing, malnourishment, self-neglecting, overcommitted, chronic burnout, extreme stress, under pressure, holding it all together. It's funny because we don't have the 10 of Wands here, but that really makes me think of the 10 of Wands. But you're at the 9 of Wands. So you're almost at that point of feeling really overwhelmed. That could be. But let's talk about a little bit more about the overcompensating. I think we should definitely just read a section about it because it's really great. It says, when we overcompensate for the wound of overwhelm, we often struggle with acknowledging our sadness or of feeling unsupported and the incapable, and instead mask it with false confidence. This pattern is driven by seeking to avoid judgment, self-criticism, internalized shame, often stemming from childhood trauma that equates vulnerability with weakness. Because of this, we tend to have a type A personality, insisting on managing everything ourselves. This habit leads to exhaustion for both ourselves and our partner, who may be willing but not permitted to help. They may be willing, but not permitted. Additionally, an overcompensating response to overwhelmed circumstances may lead, or senses can be triggered when we perceive our partner as indifferent or unresponsive to tasks that need to be done. This puts our nervous systems right back into fight or flight of our original traumas, making us feel like everything is up to us to survive. For example, a big example could be, let's say there's dishes on the table that are dirty. You ask your partner to pick up the dishes and put them away in the sink, and they don't do it right then and there. They're kind of just like, they're like, okay, I'll do it in a sec. And instead of being like, okay, that's fine, and sitting with the discomfort, they're kind of like, ugh, do I have to do everything myself? That could be something that maybe you've dealt with in your own upbringing. So it says this further intensifies our need to control and take excessive responsibilities, even at the cost of our own well-being. On the outside, we may appear to have it all together, look confident, but inside we're drowning in stress and pressure due to how much we have to carry for the family or relationship. All we really want is to break down and cry, but we feel like we can't because to do so means we have to put ourselves in danger. We habitually take on more than we can manage, feeling as if we have no choice but to handle everything alone, disconnecting us from our true emotions and limits, leading us to chronic burnout. Overwhelmed and unsupported, we delude ourselves into believing we are invulnerable and self-sufficient despite actually struggling. This coping mechanism dates us to our childhood when we take on responsibilities like caring for our siblings, managing a household, or dealing with a parent's addiction was necessary for survival. Back then, acknowledging our limitations wasn't an option. However, as adults, we remain trapped in this pattern of repressing our true sadness and needing for help, still feeling like we have to fend for ourselves and care for others without asking for help or allowing help. Due to this early childhood responsibility, we tend to gravitate towards partners who require our care, perpetuating a cycle of self-neglect. Despite our constant giving, our own need remains unmet, leading us to perpetual state of emptiness. Reluctant to seek help, we prioritize others, yada yada. So you get the gist. Our communication style is typically direct, no nonsense, resembling a military approach with no room for emotional expression. We pride ourselves in the resilience and capacity to endure extreme stress. It's giving like oldest child. You could be an oldest child. Maybe you felt like you had to grow up very quickly. And this could be maybe you are facing with this trigger recently. Also, I'm pretty sure we're in like Mercury retrograde or some shit. That could be why these are being like really brought up right now. It's kind of just like, the universe is like, hey, what's up? Here you go. Here's some, some triggers, some things that are unresolved that need to be just a little bit resolved, or some things that may be holding you back in life. So from our perspective, the greater our struggle, feeling overwhelmed, the more we believe signifies our love. Interesting. Wow, that's actually really interesting. I know I've read this already, but it's so interesting. Every time I reread it, it's like I find something new. This makes me think of like, okay, let me give you an example. My one of my family members, their mother, my aunt, she is constantly working her ass off and just like really puts her needs aside constantly and talks about how much of it is on her shoulders, being like, I put food on this table. I sacrificed my life to work for you guys, to financially support for you guys, and you guys do nothing to help me around the house. Like, constantly just like basically manipulating them to make them, shaming them to make them feel bad, even though they didn't ask her to work, so many hours throughout the day. She's kind of just like, she says she's doing it as a way to signify her love, but in reality, it's kind of like manipulation, and she's constantly putting herself in a situation where she's constantly feeling very overwhelmed and struggling. She's choosing to struggle instead of just letting it go and not, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have to be working so hard, but she's choosing to. So, and then on top of it, she's using it to manipulate and control other people to make them feel bad. And like, she's using it as a way to try to control them to do the dishes. But in reality, what she's actually doing is just shaming her family, making them feel bad. And then on top of it, making them want to do the dishes less. You know what I mean? It's almost like, imagine somebody continuously like, put yourself in the situation of like somebody who's receiving that, right? You're constantly asking, like, you're constantly being asked to, did you do the dishes already? Did you clean the mop the floors? Did you put your clothes away already? Like, oh my God, it's never good enough. Like, you can't do anything right. You can't do anything. Like, it's going to make you not even want to try, Because it's like, whatever I do is never good enough. Like, even when I do try to help you, it's just not good enough. So like, why would I try anyways? So if anything, she ends up receiving exactly what it is that she doesn't want. Instead, if she came to an approach of, hey, you think you could help me? I'm feeling a lot right now. I've been working so many hours. Like, you think you could just like, help me with the dishes? That's all I ask. Like, I'd really appreciate it. Like, I know I don't ask for much, but it would really help if you could just do the dishes. And thank you so much. Like, I love you. I appreciate you. And like, take it as like, they are allowed to say no, Just because you ask somebody to do it doesn't mean they have to do it. They don't owe you. You don't owe them. Like, it's not, but they'll most likely do it for you. They'll be like, you know what? Okay, I'll help you out. But it doesn't mean they have to. Because like, again, like if the dishes are in the dirty in the sink, the only person it's making uncomfortable is you. It may not be making them uncomfortable. So that could really resonate with you, pile 2. And these are some, it even talks about stuff in the bedroom, which is really interesting, about like some triggers that may happen. If you want to read this, pause the page. But I'm not going to read this. This is pretty good at showing like different triggers that may occur when feeling overwhelmed. So another thing I'm getting is definitely feeling overwhelmed could be a message. And it's kind of just like, for some of you, it's really telling you that you can depend on your partner to help you with this overwhelm. And for some of you, a really small amount of you, this could be maybe a lover you need to walk away from in order to find the right one. Because there is somebody here. This could be a father figure. This could be maybe a friend. Somebody who, and this could be a lover. But there's a person here that really can help you. But you're not really taking their help, because you want to like figure it out yourself, and it's kind of like overwhelming. There's so many things on your plate that it's like you kind of really need help, but you're not willing to ask for it, or you're too afraid to ask for it. Especially when it comes to your work, you could be really working hard or overworking yourself, or busy with no direction. There could be something that you're kind of like, there's always something for you to do, but it's kind of like it doesn't need to be done. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're just distracting yourself with things because you're afraid to feel your emotions. That could be for some of you. Like, it's kind of like, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to paint the walls right now. The walls need to be painted. It's like, No, I think the color of the walls are great. They don't need to be painted right at this fucking second. You know, like, let's take a little chill pill, take a little sheet on the couch, take a deep breath, and just feel our emotions. You may want to cry. You may just really need to cry, Pile 2. You may really just need to take a little, cry your heart out. Feel it what? To the point where it's like you can feel the release in your chest of all this just out of your chest, and you're just like, finally, I can relax. As somebody told me, I watched this reading. Somebody told me, was it a reading? No, it was a girl talking about anxiety. And she was saying, like, when we run away from it, our body calls for it more. Our feelings, our emotions get louder to the point where we're running and surviving and on survival mode, and the anxiety is like through the roof. And it's like sometimes we just need to rot in bed and just cry our hearts out. I wish I could be there for you, Pile 2, and give you a big hug, because you deserve it. Give you a big, nice hug. I'm not really that big of a person. I don't really have that much meat on my bones, but I do my best to give you a big, old, nice, warm hug, because you deserve it. With the Hierophant here, and the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Cups, first off, you are doing amazing, and your hard work, listen, is going to pay off, but why don't we try making it a little bit more manageable? Is there anything we can do so that we can make this a little bit less hard on ourselves, a little bit less tiring? Can we find a balance? Can we find a good balance with our, stuff? Can we make it enjoyable? Can we somehow spin it to make it a fun, grand old time that we're doing this? Can we prioritize our well-being first, and then business, work comes second? Why don't we wake up a little bit more? Why don't we find a way to turn off our minds the second we get out of work, right? So we could focus on enjoying our rest, right? Pulling the thoughts, literally, pulling the thoughts out of our head. Physically, literally do this action with your head. It genuinely helps. I do this all the time. It'd be like, am I thinking about something that's not it's like, oh my God, I have something to do. I'm just like, we have time scheduled for it. Not right now. We don't need that right now. Yeah. But we have time. There's a certain period of time when to think about it. We don't need to think about that right now. What is it gonna do besides? We need to be more present in the moment. This is what this. Oh my God, I was watching that video and she said, "Do the 1, 2. It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 present." I think she said, and basically this is a coping mechanism for when we have anxiety. Right? Anxiety is about thinking about the future. That's where anxiety comes from. So instead of us being so focused on the future, let's be focused on the present. So maybe what you can do after work, let's say you worked a 9 to 5, right? And now you're home and you're still thinking about work. And it's like, oh my God, you just can't focus on being present. Let's do a coping mechanism, which is how to help us focus on the present. Not only should we be pulling our thoughts out with our hands, right? Being like, okay, let go of this thought. Don't need to think about it right now. What is the thought, right? It is, I have something to get done. Then put it on trial. Put that thought, literally write it out in your journal. Write it out. Put it in red marker. And then reword it. Write it in green and be like, I don't need to be thinking about this right now because I am not at work. I don't need to get, there's always going to be something else that needs to get done, but it is not going to get done right now. So there's no point in wasting my time thinking about it when I could be focusing on things that make me happy, or focusing on spending time with my family, yada yada, whoever, whatever. There's no point in thinking about it right now. So I'm going to choose to let it go. And then take a deep breath. And then we could do another coping mechanism, which is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 present, which is name 5 things you see in the present moment, right? So right now I see my headphones, I see my computer, I see my mic, I see my tarot cards, I see my guidebook, my other oracle cards. Name 4 things that you can, it's all about like sensory things. So like name 4 things that you can hear. I could hear my computer, I could hear myself talking, I could hear my air purifier in the corner, I could hear my TV. So I'm noticing things in the present. I'm being in the present moment. It's calming me down. It's slowly but surely calming me down while I'm focusing on the present. And then 3 things I could taste, 2 things that I could smell, 1 thing that I could, I don't know. I think it might be 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's about like refocusing on your present moment. And like not in a way of like distracting yourself from your problems, right? That's not the point. That is something you do after you face the problem, right? Because what I was saying, when we're constantly busy, like a chicken with no head running around, is because we're really deep down distracting ourselves from some sort of feeling that we don't want to feel. It's either our shadows that we're running away from, or like a thought, a belief in our head is that we're not good enough or we're not doing enough, right? And it's passed down by generations. Or it's a feeling of sadness that we don't want to feel just yet, or anger or whatever. And sometimes we just need to feel it. So after we feel it, after we already focused on the feeling at hand, we could then let it go and focus on the present. I think some of you could also be really trying to work hard towards being a good partner, a good lover. And I think you're already there, pile 2. I think there could be some sort of self-sabotaging behaviors, such as thinking that you need to do all of this on your own. But I think you are so close to having a really beautiful connection. You could be really celebrating on your own. There could be a new opportunity of love coming to you. This could also be representing intuitive messages, creative opportunities, curiosity, and possibility. I think you have a really great possibility at love. Some of you could be cutting ties with a ex or a past lover, or somebody who's a maybe current lover that things are kind of just like on the stage of ending. But I think there's somebody else that's a really great partner coming in. You may already have this person in your life. And it's really going to be a really loving, fulfilling connection. Like, I think this person's really at your level of healed, and it's going to be so refreshing. So refreshing to depend on somebody and to have somebody who is not only supportive, but somebody who is shame-free, guilt-free, somebody who is here to add to you. Not take away. Somebody with a cup, filled. And not saying as like they're gonna, constantly help you or be codependent or whatever. They have their own priorities too. But like in a way of like that's healthy. It's not a codependent, it's not a interdependent, it's like a nice balance between. Like this book says. Okay, what other cards could we get There could definitely be somebody who is, though, toxic, lingering around. Um, could be a father figure. Doesn't have to be though. Oh, you could be stepping into parenthood. This could definitely, you could be you are manifesting your fucking husband. You are manifesting your like serious forever lover here. And maybe even someone you have children with. Um I think you are going to be a great parent. You know what's so funny? I started this reading off by thinking not wanting to repeat the past or repeat like be your parents. It's kind of like growing out of that and being your own person and like being a really great partner to your kids and like and by like having a great relationship with yourself, you're able to really love your kids. You know what I mean? You're able to not only are you able to bloom into this beautiful creator and somebody who, is prospering as well as your partner. It's like you guys add to each other really well. Um and that's beautiful. I'm so happy for you. I think with the parenthood here, I don't think you're gonna have. If you have children, you may, but for some of you who don't have children, it could be that maybe in the future, maybe not even anytime soon, but like obviously at some point, um, or maybe you're looking to step into this more of this idea, whether it's adopting, having your own. I think it's like you know what it takes to be a beautiful partner, um, and have a beautiful relationship with yourself. It's so interesting how, like, really, like, the relationship you have with your inner child is the relationship you have with your kid. It's like your mirror. When you have a child, it's like you see yourself in your child. So you really are faced with your demons. You really are being triggered left and right with having a child. And that's why some people, it's just they can't handle being a parent. They really can't. And that's when they have, they spread trauma to their kid. It's because, like, listen, you weren't ready to begin with to be a fucking parent. Because you had so much more work to do, but you didn't. And it was the kid that was, conflict is good because it teaches you what it is you need to work on, right? So what they didn't realize is having a kid, it's going to be a fucking mirror staring back at you in the face. Whatever it is you are running from, whatever shadows you are trying to dodge, your kid is going to be your mirror. And like, it's really interesting. But I think you are going to be such an amazing parent. You really are going to be an amazing parent. And yeah, you got it. You got it, pile two. I think you gotta make this whatever state you're at right now. I'm not saying to just drop it, right? I'm not saying to run away and just like I think what you may be trying to escape and run away from something. How to. And that could be hard work, like your work. Maybe you made these limitations. It's almost like like what I said maybe really resonated about like you set these limitations or these expectations for yourself so high because you want to perform perfection. But it's like you need to know your body has limitations. We're human. Sometimes we just need to like rot in bed. And sometimes we need to make our schedules a little bit easier for ourselves. It's not about how much you could get done in a day, it's about how consistently you can make little strides, little strides a day. We're not trying to burn ourselves out. It's all about the little steps that make things successful. It's about the long-term view. Adding a little brick day by day. They don't build a house in a fucking day. Nobody can, not even a group, not even a big group of people can build a house in a day. So there's no way, it's not even humanly possible for you by yourself to manage to do all these things. Maybe needing to hire some help. Maybe you need to hire some people. Could be a message. Maybe you need to take on some teamwork. Maybe you need to ask some coworkers. Maybe you need to, take advantage of what it is you are being provided, like help. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. So that could be something. It could also be, what was I gonna say? Yeah, again, like take it day by day, little bricks at a time. Little bricks at a time. One little stride every day. As maybe even something could be helpful is making little celebrations, celebrating your achievements. Like when you do something, that you may not consider that great, like brushing your teeth, celebrate. Be like, yay! It doesn't matter how big the achievement is. It doesn't matter how little the achievement is. You still achieved something at the end of the day, And we deserve to be celebrated more. You deserve to be celebrated more. Our, achievements were left uncelebrated. But you are worth celebrating for. Maybe get yourself a cake. Maybe treat yourself. Maybe get your hair done, or be like, I'm treating myself. I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve this. I've been working really hard. I deserve this. I deserve it. Maybe every weekend you could, celebrate. Every weekend, celebrate. And not in a toxic way, but in a way of like improving yourself. Or not improving yourself, but like something that makes you feel better. Like eating your favorite dessert, or just rotting in bed, or just like going to the spa, or anything that will make you happy. Not like, what I'm not trying to say is don't like start partying or like, drinking alcohol or any of that stuff, because that's just gonna make you feel worse. Try to do it in like a positive, uplifting way. You know what I mean? Okay, I know I didn't really pull that many cards. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Love you so much. At the end of every reading, I'm going to be doing something new, where we're going to be doing affirmations. So, to remind you, Pile 2, is you are good enough. You are safe. You are beautiful. You are sexy. You are a wonderful parent. You are a beautiful person, inside and out. You are wise. You are intelligent. You are worth celebrating. You are safe. You are protected. You are worth the creative opportunities. You are worth all your dreams you've ever wanted in life. You are worth it. And your dreams, your feelings are valid. And they are your dreams are worth it. And don't ever let anybody discourage you. You got it. You got it. You got it in the bag, Pile 2. You are balanced. You are becoming balanced. Okay. Thank you so much. Also, we ended on 333. Hey. Okay. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pile 3s. Welcome to your tarot card reading. If you are new here, what? Why am I doing my intro? I did that the last reading too. That's so weird. I literally did this in another reading. Or I did this for Pile 3. I started just automatically saying the intro. What the hell? So I want to do... Today's reading, we're going to be discussing why you may be upset and what can I do to cheer you up. So we're going to do some self-reflection in this reading. And I'm here to lift you up and lift your spirits because you deserve it. Okay. Also know that this is not therapy. I will be talking about therapy elements though, because I want to spread goodness, awareness, love, and prosperity. But know that I am a secondhand, person. It's not like going straight to the therapist to help you directly with all the things you may need help with. So make sure to, if you need guidance, to seek actual professional guidance, because it really does help. I got my own therapist. She's amazing. I love her. And she helps me a lot. So also know that I am selling personal readings. This is one of the last days you can get the chance to get the cheapest reading I'll ever be offering for the rest of my life, which is at $26 for an hour reading. If you're interested, make sure to take advantage. I will be raising my prices after that. So yeah, if you are interested, check it out. Okay, so we're going to be splitting the deck, and I wanted to try this new technique because I saw it in one of my, I saw it in a reading that I watched. There's a lot of threes on this page. I'm seeing a lot of threes right now. I'm also like breathing really hard. Like it's kind of like, it's like kind of hard to breathe. So there could be something about like anxiety or yeah, feeling overwhelmed. Oh, look, this card came out again. I think we really need to talk about this card, so I'm gonna take it out. You saw how it turned? That mother trucker. It kind of like is giving like the idea of it like spinning. DJ Joel's in the house. All right, I'm gonna shuffle it one more time. Let's see what we can get. Okay. So we're gonna cut the deck. We got the Mentor. This came out for pile 2. That was the card for pile 2. Oh, didn't even mean to take that, but we got the Sustainer. It was kind of like sideways. We got the Lover came out. Okay, let's cut the deck again. We got the Womb. The Womb! Not the Womb! And then we got the Shaman. Shaman. Okay, what do we have? What type of issues or conflicts or blockages may pile 3 be feeling? Oh, we got another card. We got the King. You know what? I'm going to pull one more card. We're going to put that in the center. The Bridge. Okay, let's read into these cards and see what we get. Okay, pile 3. So, I think what we could be dealing with is okay, let me just start off from here. I think you could be a teacher or somebody that is really knows a lot of information when it comes to a certain topic. I think you're somebody who is very well versed, maybe when it comes to healing, spirituality, maybe religion, something that like you teach others. There could be something that you are like a mentor. You could be a tarot card reader. You could be someone that just teaches maybe even healing things to others, or just like has some sort of knowledge when it comes to your science. Maybe you're like in science. Maybe you are a poet. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you are something about like your studies. You're studying very hard about something. You're studying something. The gynecology? The womb? Oh my god. Some of you may be doing gynecology or studying like the body of a woman, the female body. Something with like medical attributes, something like that. Okay. That could be, what other things could I say? Like, it's just really giving, like, maybe politician as well. There's just something about, like, you have a lot of knowledge about something. And the Shyamalan, I said Shyamalan with an L. Shaman, is basically somebody who has the studies. It's so crazy because it literally mentions this card in this card. It mentions the mentor. And in this card, it talks about magic. And it talks about the bridge. This card talks about the bridge. It talks about magic, which this card talks about. It's like you have, basically the gynos is like, you have this magic in you. You've been studying really hard in this thing. You have a lot of knowledge, a lot of hard work when it comes to this thing, whatever it is, whatever topic. And this card is basically saying, like, bring in this, like, I'm looking for the right words. I need to work on my vocabulary. You are finding the magic in whatever it is you are studying. You have this, like, childlike sense of wonder and creativity when it comes to this topic you are so intensely studying. It's like you have a drive and a passion for this topic, whatever it is that you are so, I want to say, embezzled in like so enwrapped in. And you see this thing from a new perspective, a new light. It's like you bring this childlike sense of fun to this topic. And if you're a scientist, let me give you like an example. Imagine you are a scientist and you are testing different things. You're like a mad scientist. Some of you may watch this guy on YouTube. His name is Styromaniac or something, or Styropath or something. And it's like this guy with curly hair and he's got this really crazy cute smile. He's really handsome. Actually, I have a crush on him. But he like uses a bunch of laser pointers and he creates a bunch of lasers and he's like this crazy scientist. It's like that. It's like he's very like he has this childlike sense of fun when it comes to his passion, and which is science and chemicals and putting all these different chemicals together and seeing what you get. It's kind of like you're testing out different things. You have like this magical sense of creativity, and creation. It's like you're a creator when it comes to this topic. You are like an inventor. You are inventing something new. There's something about you that's like you are testing this new thing and you are about to create something new that nobody's ever like made or has seen before. It's kind of like this really new thing. And in order for you to obtain this and sustain this and build the bridge between you and this thing, you need to let go of your ego. You need to be willing to stay in the sense of constantly learning. There could be an element for some of you, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it, but this is what I'm getting from this card, the mentor, is somebody who is letting their ego get the best of them and they're teaching with a higher sense of wisdom, like they know better than others, or that they're not willing to accept or be open-minded to other perspective or opportunities. They're kind of like a little bit closed-minded when it comes to somebody maybe presenting them something different or from a new perspective, or like they're not allowing themselves to learn or grow new things. Like they're like kind of just like holding themselves back a little bit. Like they're kind of like stubborn in the way they're thinking right now. And that is what needs to be released. in order to continue to grow. Because if we see life as we are always going to be a student, we're always still learning. Like, for example, when we're healing, there's never a state of healing that you're just all done. You know, we're always healing. We're always still going to be healing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we need a little bit of break and like we just sit in our present moment, but don't get too comfortable with being stagnant because that's when we stop growing, you know? So I think this is something saying like, if you really want this beautiful, magical magic and like new invention, we need to be able to appreciate other people's feedback and other people's perspectives, other people's artwork, other people's what they can contribute to the magic. You know what I mean? And the shaman says 3 things that we need. We need the studies, which is what we need to like to study, right? The study, like let's say we're studying how to heal ourselves. You need the studying. Now we need to be doing the healing, which is the reflection on what it is we're learning, the healing part of it, right? We're healing ourselves, others. We need the healing aspect. And then we need the, shit, what was it? What did it say? It said, damn, I didn't save that page. Of course it's the one page I didn't save. Give me 1 second. I'm jamming. Where the hell is the goddamn... Oh, it's literally right in front. Oh my goodness. It's right in front of this bitch. How did I not see that? Okay, it says the unseen. So we also need what we don't know in order to obtain what it is we don't know. We need to let other perspectives in. You could be really focused on trying to sustain what it is you know right now. But the problem with that is you may be sustaining things that may no longer be serving you. For example, certain beliefs, perspectives, things are constantly changing. Life is constantly changing. And sometimes we have to learn how to adapt with change, new perspectives. Because like, for example, think about all the scientific studies, right? Like all the different new information that we're learning now, especially when it comes to females with autism. Like let's say, right? In order for us to open our minds open to the possibility that the symptoms of autism with women look different than the symptoms of autism in men. We have to like allow and accept it as like, yeah, this is the case. Because if we don't, then we're never going to find, you know, the true information that we're looking for, the true magic of something new that we've discovered. So it's kind of like we have to sometimes let go of our ego when it comes to things and accept things as like, and we can't like try not to take it personally, you know? I just like rubbed off my shoulders, like, don't take it personally. Just rub it off a little bit, like, whoosh, goodbye. It's not personally. Don't take it personally. If you found information, like let's say you're a scientist, if you found that information and it's just not, you know, it ends up being a little bit different, or, you know, it took what you found also in order to find that it wasn't true or something. You know what I mean? Like there's still beauty in the mistakes. Like Like, for example, a lot of the scientists, like, a lot of discoveries are mistakes that they end up discovering something else. So it's kind of like no harm, no foul. And we need to also be willing to take in other people's criticisms and perspectives and opinions. I think there could be also an element of coming from a place of love and compassion in the world, like with all our relationships. I think a big message for the majority of you, the big message in this reading is the womb card talks about forgiving even the most unforgivable people. Sometimes we just have to put our ego aside, stop trying to fight anymore, and just let it go. And forgive the people who may not be worthy of forgiveness. You know, even the most, you know, the most type of people, the most like unforgivable type of people. Forgiveness is not about them, forgiveness is about ourselves. And we need to be willing to forgive, to grow ourselves. And, you know, some people love from a distance, some people we could still have in our lives and maintain beautiful relationships. I think this is really talking about, this pile is really talking about being able to maintain relationships with people, being able to accept and allow people in, and allowing teamwork rather than staying, teamwork makes the dream work. Rather than staying small and limited to our own boundaries, why don't we expand them with a team to reach even farther? You know, I think there could be something about also people not meeting your expectations. Pile 3. I think you may set really high. You may be really hardworking for yourself, and you may really set high expectations for yourself. But you may also do that when it comes to people. You may be really hard on people. But let me give you an example. Have you ever watched The Watcher? Have you ever watched those guys? The Watcher. It's like these guys that go ghost hunting on YouTube. It's two different. They're two different guys. They're really very different from each other. One guy believes in ghosts. One guy really doesn't believe in ghosts. And they're both really different. But you know what? They both really make the show. They make the show so good. Because they both have different things that they like to do, and they add to this beautiful channel. If it was just one guy, the guy who believed in ghosts, the entire channel, it wouldn't be as successful as having his dual complete opposite adding. It's like a perfect balance between two opposite people that add to this show. It makes this beautiful sense of balance, and it's like a duality between the two, right? It's like one brings the opposite. It's kind of like, it just makes the show. So, and sometimes there'll be moments where this guy will be criticizing this guy, right? Being like, oh, like you didn't, you added so many negative things to the show, right? Sometimes they butt heads because they're so different. And he's kind of like a perfectionist, right? And he's like, you messed up here, you messed up there. But it's like, it's almost like the flaws are what is good. It's the flaws that add to the greatness. Like, he makes stupid jokes all the fucking time, and everybody loves it. It's so funny. And then this guy's a little bit more serious, and people love it. It's like, yes, we get all these things in one. And this is just this is just an example of what needs to be brought into your life, which is allow people in and allow their mistakes, because it may really add to your production, to your goal. You may stumble upon something so great and extravagant for your goal or your purpose or whatever it is that you are studying. Pile 3. It may even be a lover that you may be adding to your life and adding this bridge to. Maybe it's the duality of the two of you. Letting go of your ego is definitely the biggest message here, though. Putting our egos aside. Our egos are great, don't get me wrong. Like, it's our ego that, pushes us to this greatness and thrive. But it's okay to also nurture yourself and have this balance between the two. Like, this inner child, it's like the ego and the inner child, right? The inner child is about love, compassion, forgiveness. The ego is more about, like, pursuits, passion, goals, career, cutting ties, boundaries. It's like we need a balance. Where is the balance? Where is the connection between the two? Okay, that is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to end this section by doing some affirmations. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are smart. You are so freaking smart, pile 3. You are loving. You are dedicated. You are driven. You are determined. You are successful. You are a team player. You are a lover. You are somebody who can maintain greatness. You are somebody who allows change in. You are somebody who focuses on the positives. You are somebody who focuses on what people add to your life, not take away. You are somebody who focuses on the beautiful things about flaws that add to your life. You are somebody who sees life as non-perfect, but beautiful in its flawed way. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in one of the next ones. Bye!